Disney Travel presents.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of the Diz Unlimited podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about the Fantastic Four coming to Disneyland, Magic of Disney Animation coming to Disney's Hollywood Studios. This just got announced this morning, so it's breaking news, I feel like. And then also, we're going to be giving our opinions on the Disney Starlight Dream the Night Away, whatever the parade's called. And we're going to be answering some of your vacation planning questions as well. That, and I'm sure much more, because we never know what really is happening here. But joining me for the discussion today, we have Dreams Unlimited travel agent Hannah Anderson.
Happy Shark Week.
Oh, geez. Dreams Unlimited travel agent Teresa Eccles.
Hey.
We have theme park correspondent Chloe Ferreira.
Hey, howdy, hey.
Who I also just almost called a Dreams Unlimited travel agent.
Oh,
so
wow.
Sorry to stutter over your introduction.
That's all right.
Before we get started with today's episode, I want to remind everybody that this and everything that we do here is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel. They are experts at helping you plan the perfect Disney vacation. When you book with them, it costs you nothing extra on your trip. You help support the channel and all of the content that we produce here. So check them out, dreamsunlimitedtravel.com, for a free, no obligation quote. Today is also brought to you by our Patreon supporters. We will be doing a live Patreon post show following this show. Give it about 45 minutes or so. If you want to learn more about how you can get exclusive content from different members of the Diz team, you can head over to patreon.com/DizUnlimited. Okay. How you doing?
Good.
Good?
Yeah.
Good?
Good.
Good.
How's everybody doing?
I don't know. I was in a really good mood, and then I feel like I came here, and you guys kind of brought me down a little bit.
Oh,
Dang.
I'm just being honest, so I don't mean to lighten the mood here, but
Well,
there
we're
was
eating
a...
chicken tenders later.
We are getting chicken tenders. I think everyone's spirits will be lifted. Chicken tenders
yes.
cures all. I tried it with a bucket of... did you know that you can buy buckets of Munchkins at
We do
Dunkin'
now.
Donuts?
It's real cute.
Yeah, so it's a little sand pail. Your son's going to get that because obviously I don't have anyone in my life who's going to build
I'm
a
going
sand
to the
castle.
beach next week. Thank you.
You're
Make
welcome.
some donut sandcastles.
Does that mean you're not going to be at work next week?
No, I'll be here.
Okay.
I'm on the beach, like right down the road.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right down the road. That's a reservoir, Hannah. That's not the beach.
I'm vacationing to the retention pond.
Oh, I see people fishing
Happy
in the
Shark
one out
Week.
back every day.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
I'm always
They were out
like, what are
there
you
today.
catching? The three-eyed fish from The Simpsons?
Nothing. Yeah, nothing good.
Yeah.
Brim. Just brim.
Well, Teresa, you do anything fun this weekend?
I'm going to be staying over at the beach club.
Ooh.
Yeah, that is fun.
I'm excited about that. I'm going
You-
to go tour the treasure.
Ooh.
Wait, have you seen it yet? Have you
No,
been
I
on
have
it in
not.
person?
I have not.
Oh, I'm
So,
excited for
I'm
your...
excited
You're going to have to
about that.
report back next week about that.
So, yeah, I'm going to eat dinner at California Grill.
Ooh.
Lunch at Beer Garden.
Ooh.
Oh, my goodness.
What else?
Going to leave my husband at home.
She's, she's got us gasping left and
Wow.
right today.
Yeah, so, yeah, I'm doing something this weekend.
What's that? Well, I asked what you did this last weekend, but I am excited for your coming weekend.
This is.
Yeah, last
Yeah.
weekend was a money pit. Don't even tell me about that. I don't want to talk about that.
Oh, well, then this weekend she'll be the healer, hopefully.
It will
Yeah.
heal me from
Yeah. Yeah, from the misery.
the misery of last week.
Yeah, God. She was talking about it before the show got started, and not to get into specifics. It sounded awful.
It was
You
horrible.
basically rebuilt a car. It
We
sounded
did.
like-
We built a truck.
Yeah.
But I have my lovely kitten to
Yeah.
still continue to try
Give
to
us
kill me.
the kitten update. I wish I had a sound effect for this, like bum, 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 bum.
Kidnap.
Yeah.
Well, she's unlocked new skills.
Yeah.
Every week she unlocks new skills. This week's her skills are I'm standing in the kitchen and she can jump straight up and land on my shoulder.
Oh, wow.
Wait, from the floor?
Yeah.
Wow.
But not a running. She just jumps up like,
Oh my God.
yeah, that's a new skill.
Put her in that animal actor show at Universal.
I know, right?
Was she
Put that girl to work.
formerly a gymnastic
I don't know
Olympic
what
in
she
another
was,
life?
but she's still climbing the
Olympic
curtains.
gymnast
What's left
is
of the
what I meant.
curtains are still being climbed.
What's left of the curtains? So she's got all the little kitten claws then on her.
Yeah.
Oof.
We keep them trimmed.
Does she bite? Does she chew?
Yes, I have. I won't show you some of the bite marks on my body. She's
Yeah.
currently. I think she's teething. So
Oh.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Ouch.
she teased during the night. Just chews on me in different
Ugh,
portions of
it's
my
little
body.
needle
God,
teeth.
jeez.
Sounds like a nightmare.
It's like a horror movie. Like,
It's all good. But then she purrs and sits on my lap and gives me unconditional love.
Well, that's good.
Making it all worth it.
Right, it's all worth it.
What about you, Chloe?
This
do
weekend,
anything fun? Yeah.
this coming weekend, my sister is coming into town. And what's cool about that though is it's her birthday weekend, and we're going to Disney for the first time together in quite a few years. So
Really?
I'm excited to
Nice.
take her to.
What's your journey for her?
Plan?
She's still kind of deciding. She does not want to do Magic Kingdom.
Fair enough.
So
Girl, who does?
I
don't
know.
know at this
she
point.
she has
This
done.
economy?
Yeah, she actually has done Guardians. I was able to take her on that opening year, and that's one of her favorites. So I think she'll probably want to end up at World Showcase, drinking around the world, Guardians kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm
Sounds
excited.
good.
And then I have lots of movies booked this week with my A-list. Lots of
Fantastic
Fantastic
Four?
Four, as we know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Together's coming out Wednesday, or an early screening.
I did not know that Allison Brie and Dave Franco were married.
I told you that.
Yeah. I didn't
you
know
were
that
like, "What's that
either.
one with the married couple?" And I'm like, "What?"
I know.
Yeah, I
Makes
can't
it
wait for
even
that
more
one.
interesting.
Yeah. That's it for me.
That's it.
How's-
That's it.
You got
That's
anything
it.
planned for your weekend right now?
I am going to Milwaukee. Some would say Milwaukee. So my best friend Kim celebrated her 40th birthday on July 13th, and I am going now to celebrate with her because she was away at like a pre-planned this cabin thing they do with their friends up there every year. And I was going to go to that, but I couldn't. I had to stay with the dogs. But Kim's husband's mother died several days after my father died, so she's been in a tornado of death, it feels like, lately. And not to mention the fact that her parents, her father died while we were in high school, and so I'm like, this girl who's riddled with cancer needs a win. So she's always wanted. I'm saying this because she doesn't watch the show. She's wanted a typewriter for years and years and years. She had been in a relationship once where she had one and lost it in the divorce, as we call it. It wasn't really divorce; they weren't married.
Breakup.
And so I found one when I went to my father's. When I had gone to the thing in Panama City Beach, Florida, for him that they had done on the beach. There was like you know that thing they do in Daytona, like the big flea market.
Yeah.
There's it was like a miniature one, like an inside of a strip mall sort of a thing, and there was like this cute typewriter, very like 1960s, like a suitcase. So it has like
yeah.
the
Those
are
turquoise
cute,
blue.
yeah.
It was
I love
you
that.
remember when they used to make the iBooks and the
Is it a
iMacs?
Smith Corona?
Oh yeah.
What is it?
It might be a Smith Corona. What's the other big brand of a typewriter? I'm pretty sure it is that one because I was like, I recognized the brand right away. It was definitely one that Tom Hanks has probably written a book on. So yeah.
Gotcha.
Cool.
But
Find
I'm
another
excited to get her that, and then I realized, how does one get ink for a typewriter? So that's a journey I forgot until this week. But it's got one in there that's working a little bit and stuff. So I'm excited. I'm gonna go to a Renaissance fair.
Oh, Ren Fair.
Yeah.
What's your
Dressing?
outfit? What's your look?
I don't know. I'm thinking, one of those shirts with the little tie thing
Lacing.
right here.
Ooh,
Yeah, a little
pirate
lacing.
shirt.
Do I wear animal ears? I don't know.
Oh yes, you're
Guys,
going to wear
I've never
animal
been to
ears
one.
right now.
No?
You've never been to a
neither.
Ren Fair?
Me neither.
I know.
You've never been to a Ren Fair?
Holy crap. Who are you people?
Yeah.
Well, why don't you take me sometime?
We used to go all the time in Georgia.
Yeah.
I love them.
There was
seem
one
fun.
literally in the town I grew up in. Every August through October, the end of October, there was there.
Ooh, that would
August
be
to
fun.
beginning
Go
of
buy your
November.
little
Yeah.
wooden
Nice
swords
weather.
and
Yep, wooden swords.
Yeah.
You get your mead, or you
Excellent.
you
Is there
soup in a
jousting?
bread bowl. There was jousting. Yep.
Okay, come on. You guys have been
Yeah.
holding out meat, soup, and a
Jousting.
bread bowl,
Yep.
hurting people with sticks.
bloody women
Sign
in
me up.
tight
Yep.
bodices
Ooh.
and
Selling you
spilling
roses
out.
Yeah.
through this area. Oh, you
Wait,
want to
that's
buy
a
a
thing?
rose, cutie? No, I'm 16, and I don't think I like women.
I remember
But
we
other
went.
than that,
Max was little, and we went to one, and the Three Musketeers were there, guys. And I've got a picture of him. He's probably 5,
Aw.
holding his little sword, his little wooden sword next to these guys. He loved it.
I think we might. Oh, see, the chat knows King Richard's Fair, which is the fair which was in Carver, Massachusetts. I worked one season. I worked in the kitchen, so there's no fun costumes
Aw,
or pictures. It was a
man.
green shirt and khaki shorts, almost what I'm wearing today. But not really. I'm wearing this Fantastic Four sweater. But we're gonna have to
And you
look
look
for a
good.
Ren Fair in Florida and maybe take a trip. But I think we're adding
There's one
that.
in Brevard County. I think they're. I just saw
Is
on the
there?
news the other day. They're moving it to a new location.
oh,
But yes, Grace went last year. I remember her talking about it.
Well, it's weird
Tell
because
her to call
the
me, let me
Milwaukee one, or it's in like Bristol. is in the summer. But like ours in the Massachusetts didn't start till the end of August in the fall.
It's always a fall thing.
It's got to be for Florida too. Otherwise, it's too hot.
Yeah,
right?
I think it is in the fall.
Yeah,
I want January here. That would be
for real.
timing.
I'm gonna Google this after the show. We're gonna find out. But all right, I know people hate when we talk, so whatever. Sometimes my perception of the audience is that people tune in and they're just like, God, I hate these people. See you next week, and then they're here again, and you're like, okay, great. Like,
I like how
whatever.
you said, see you next week.
Well, you know what day of the week we do it on.
Tuesday.
So we're going to start off here with some breaking news as of this morning. Chloe's going to read this to us, but we finally have an answer, and I feel like hopefully this was planned ahead of time and wasn't saved because of backlash about Muppets and stuff. But we finally know what's going on with Animation Courtyard and the launch bay. R.I.P. Chloe, take us away.
Finally. Yes, a brand new experience. Let me start over. A brand new experience celebrating the heart and history of Disney animation is officially coming to Disney's Hollywood Studios. Set to open in 2026, the all-new Magic of Disney Animation will replace Star Wars Launch Bay, finally, within Animation Courtyard. The reimagined space will transport guests into the world of animation with interactive experiences, original artworks, and character magic. Designed as a whimsical interpretation of a working animation studio, what the animators have temporarily stepped away, the building will feature a stylized version of Mickey's iconic sorcerer hat, just like the historic animation building in Burbank, California.
Oh.
But inside, guests will enjoy an interactive short film experience. A return of Animation Academy of sorts will return, where everyone can learn to draw favorite Disney characters. A colorful new play area called Draw Into Wonderland, inspired by Mary Blair's artwork for Alice in Wonderland, featuring larger-than-life set pieces, including oversized flowers, a Mad Tea Party play set, and exploration zones themed to the Tolgi Wood. There's also going to be plenty of Tolgi Wood in Alice in Wonderland. Was it Tolgi Wood?
I don't know what that is.
So.
Yeah, Tolgi Wood. It's an area in Alice in Wonderland. It's like going through the Tolgi Wood with the different little critters that are around.
Oh,
there.
I don't know the name. If you are familiar with our Patreon post shows, we learned last week that Alice in Wonderland is one of my least favorite Disney movies.
Yes.
So
That makes sense now.
There's also going to be plenty of character greeting opportunities and outdoor shaded courtyard area designed for relaxation and surprise character appearances. Disney has confirmed that Disney Junior Play and Dance, also located in the Animation Courtyard, will close on September 25th of this year to begin the transformation. The entire Animation Courtyard is expected to evolve as part of the new experiences rollout. And then I kind of went into look back at Star Wars Launch Bay, because Launch Bay has been around since 2015, y'all.
Wow.
And then when Galaxy's Edge launched in 2019, I think people have been kind of wondering, like, how long is this going to sit here for? And we now finally have an answer. 7 years after Galaxy's Edge is opened, we're getting our Magic of Disney animation back. So I'm very excited that we finally have a new thing going into the space. I'm excited for Animation Academy to return.
Yes.
yeah, exactly. It's like the fun free souvenir thing that you get to do at Disney. But you know what I really like is that if you are watching this, in the concept art, it looks like they're going to be adding sort of a split into the Animation Courtyard. So right now, there's a big building on the right, a soundstage on the right, soundstage on the left, and the animation building right in front of you. So it makes this sort of like staple. And it looks like now they're kind of adding a triangular green space in the middle with trees and shade. And this is kind of giving me a little bit of hope that we'll get something similar to, not similar to it. I shouldn't say it. I was just going to say, like, how when they redid Toonton in Disneyland, and they added more green spaces over there, or when they added the Castle Hub, like, grass area and stuff back. It feels like that. Like, I'm very appreciative that hopefully that's an area, that is somewhere that people could sit with shade, and I like that it's green. Like, that you can go and do little picnic things. And whatever. We don't have enough of those in Walt Disney World.
I know, especially Hollywood Studios. Everybody talks about how there's little to no areas in Toy Story Land and throughout the rest of the park. And I noticed...
Hold up. I see it in the chat. I'm so sorry to cut you off. Did you say the archway is going away?
Yeah.
Yes, I did see that. I was going to mention that.
Oh, my God.
I'm very sad about that. That is a very historic piece of...
Why does it have to go away? I'm confused. I don't get it.
I don't know.
Why?
Maybe
Why?
they could just move
Why?
it to a different
Why?
area.
Why?
I
I don't
feel
answer
like
this
it's
right
now.
It's to
Something I
maybe
like,
open
take
it up
away.
more so people can see the building more.
I
Okay, so this is,
guess.
I told Hannah this before we started recording.
There's
Yeah.
hot
I'm
takes up in here.
catastrophizing a little bit, I believe, but I feel like I'm glad the Sorcerer Hat is going to be there. It's a nod to the actual Burbank animation building. I
Well,
understand
in
that,
the history
but
of Disney's Hollywood Studios too, I feel like.
yes,
But yeah.
exactly. I feel like this is a loophole that if they were to ever, I don't want to speak this into existence. Please
Uh-oh, here we
please
go.
don't get me.
Here
for
we go.
this. If they were to ever get rid of Tower of Terror or get rid of the aesthetic of the Hollywood Tower Hotel for something else, they
Like
could go back to the
Guardians.
Sorcerer Hat as the park icon because they have this at the Animation Academy. I know I'm catastrophizing, but it's just a thought that's going through my head that I feel like we need to share with everyone.
I mean, I feel like anything's up for grabs at studios. Like, I think
know.
with, like, I was surprised by the Muppets closure in favor of Monsters, Inc. And just, I don't know. Also, I feel like my takeaway, so I will say, I'm very happy about this. An indoor playground for kids, that is a win for parents everywhere. Like, put your hands in the air. So happy. Disney Dance and Play Junior, whatever, y'all, that thing needs a refresh. It smells like a dirty skating rink. The characters are in there are not on Disney Junior anymore. Not really, not most of them. And then we got to do a preview of the new Disney Mickey Mouse Clubhouses at California Adventure, and it's great. I'd like to see something like that here.
So what
that
characters
need
are
a
here if
refresh.
it's not?
It's Vampirina. It's
Bear in a Big Blue
Lion
House.
Guard. It is, what else is
Yeah, Big
there?
Bear.
Doc
remember that.
McStuffins. I think.
Why isn't it like Spidey and his amazing friends?
Oh my gosh! Or Bluey. Hello, where's
Bluey's not
Bluey?
there?
Oh, we can't
No.
do Spidey though. I realize that because of Universal.
Oh.
But there's an Iron Man one coming. Well, we
Yeah,
can't
there
do
is.
that
There's-
because of Universal. Never
oh,
mind.
yeah. But still, I
But
mean,
Bluey, we could be doing. I don't understand that.
there's lots of options on Disney Junior. I don't understand. And that show brings them in. Like, it's always full. So I'm happy about that. The only thing, I don't know. Here, I'm about to go off, y'all. Hold on. I don't understand. I guess we'll talk about it. The Little Mermaid show, I finally saw it
too.
Friday. It sucks. It is so bad, guys.
Well, we were going to talk about this at the end of the show.
Okay, all
but
right. So
you
I'll
can
just
go
say
on
that.
now.
I
Just say it now.
I don't understand what's going on here. Disney Junior is good. Indoor playground good. Little Mermaid didn't need to happen. But I guess we're going there. We're doing it.
Who else here has seen that show yet? Have you seen it?
I just saw it yesterday.
Okay.
I have not.
You want me to talk about it too?
Yeah.
I'll let Hannah
No,
finish.
you
Okay,
guys. She's
all
going
I'm
back
going to
and
say
forth.
is, like, it took too long for us to come full circle. The show, I don't think, is better really in any regard. It's like they have this, like, projection screen. Like, everything's kind of behind a screen now, and Chloe mentioned this, and I'm sure Will, it kind of, like, does give this depth of being underwater, and there are some cool elements, but for us to be in 2025 and to have this long of a refurb, like, the technology is not great, and they've traded a lot of the puppets and characters for these projections. Like, there's this King Triton projection that keeps showing up. Y'all, is so bad. It is so
it's
bad.
Oddly voiced by Jim Cummings. Like,
What?
Wait, what?
yes, it's Jim Cummings.
What the? Come on, Pooh Bear. You gotta do better than this, y'all. Like,
Yeah. He's giving his
my
best
kid
Pete.
enjoyed it because, hello, it's The Little Mermaid. The music's great. Thank you, Alan Menken, Howard Ashman. But it's terrible. I don't understand. And it's such a big space. So my only hope, I'm gonna put it out there, is that the animation courtyard, the launch bay, combined with what used to be the animation experience, I'm hoping that maybe they can use some of that space for something else. So maybe there's more to come. All I'm going to say in closing is that Disney World's going to stink the next couple of years. Sorry, I know it's not good to say as a travel agent, but, like, think about it. Hollywood Studios, we're down Muppets Courtyard. Now we're going to be down Disney Junior, which is a big deal for families. We're going to be down Rock and Roller Coaster. Like, there's nothing in that park, y'all. Like, I mean, I guess you got toys. You're coming for Toy Story Land and
Star Wars Land.
Yeah.
And Star
Land.
Tours. Wow, it's still here.
Yeah, so it's just gonna stay. And Magic Kingdom's gonna be a wreck. So that's it.
I'll continue on the Little Mermaid talk because I finally made it over to Hollywood Studios. I've been to Hollywood Studios quite a few times since the shows have opened, but I've finally had the time to wait in the line and go experience them. And I did both Villains Unfairly Ever After and the new Little Mermaid reimagined show. One I really, really loved. One I did not whatsoever. I'm just going to talk about Little Mermaid right now because, like what you said, there were some new elements that worked for it, like especially when we're in Ariel's like treasure trove underwater, and they kind of layer the screens in front of her, and it looks like remnants, like under the sea, kind of. I guess it's not dust, but
bubbles.
The little bubbles and specks underwater. There's movement around her, and it looks very natural and lifelike. And I like the new stage facade, how they made it look like a teenager's kind of like scrapbook with the glitter and the different scrapbook elements was cute. The pluses end there for me. Like what you said with I feel like they still have a Sebastian puppet, but they use a Sebastian like CG character on the screen for a lot of the time when they don't want to go completely dark for a puppet to come on the screen. And then same with Flounder. And it does not translate well because the CGI characters, it literally looks like Windows 95. And especially comparing it to what they do with other shows, like we just saw Starlight, we're going to talk about later. The animation sequences they're able to do for Whimsy's face and Little Jiminy at the end, like it just feels like a very Little Jiminy.
Little Jiminy lived through that Christmas.
He's little, come on. And then
Sebastian.
This is a different, medium, but going over to Villains directly afterwards and seeing all the different pieces of art that's incorporated in all of like the gallery frames during any segment of the show. There's so much more time and artistry put into those. I don't want to knock the creative teams, but I just feel like they're made by two completely different teams, I feel like. The singer was fantastic. Ariel was excellent. She sounded great, and I love her. Like, she kind of gave a modern feel to Ariel. But I did not have a good time in that show. And it stinks because they just opened and I feel like it's stuck here for a while. So now that they announced this coming to Animation Courtyard, I did want to jump back into, I don't know if you had it pulled up, Rhino, but the Magic of Disney Animation photo with all of the Disney characters together. I feel like that kind of gives us a hint to the characters that definitely will give us a hint to all the characters that will be incorporated into the interactive elements of the building.
Is that Raya up there?
There's Raya, Lion King, Hercules. There's Genie dressed in his goofy vacation attire, Alice in Wonderland. But most importantly, Mulan and Lilo and Stitch, because those were both created on site at Disney's Hollywood Studios at the other.
You know what else was?
Building.
Brother Bear.
Right. Is that on here too? It is. I see Coda back there.
Yeah, but Hannah doesn't
care. I see Little Jiminy too.
She hates it.
Oh, that's right.
Sorry.
And then Olaf is up there. I wonder if they're going to move Olaf's meet and greet or something to that building too. But there's a lot represented here.
The poster's great. This feels like a throwback. I like it.
Yeah, right? It feels like an old mural or something.
Guys, we're getting nostalgia at Disney World again.
Yeah.
I like it.
They finally understand.
For now.
What do you think, Teresa, about this replacement? You feeling anything?
Well, I haven't seen it, but the way you described it, it sounds kind of sad.
Yeah, we really sold it.
Yeah, you sold it really well.
Yeah.
I do want to point out, if you're watching this and the concept art here too, it got away from me a little bit. You can see that the archway is missing down here in the bottom. But what's interesting about it is there's still a wall and still a structure right in the middle there. I think it's just opening up the sight line more into this area.
Hat. To Chloe's point.
I guess, yeah.
Bum, bum, bum.
That's what made me think about it. Because there is still that median in the
Wait,
middle.
so
Why
you're
is there that
afraid
block?
they'll make the hat the icon again? Because they're going to get rid of Tower Terror, you think?
No, I'm hoping this is not the case whatsoever because this, I feel like, would ruin a lot of fans. But if they ever were to one day change the facade, like how they did
that's
at
okay.
DCA.
They have air conditioning. I hate myself. So
Wow.
New hat, right? New hat.
That
They're
took
not
me too
dragging the
long.
old one over there.
Right. This is based on the actual Walt Disney Animation building in
Right.
Burbank. But I feel like if they were to ever retheme it to, like, I don't know, what could they have here? Iron Man or something?
No, because of Universal.
I know. What's the
Doctor Strange?
They can't do Guardians because we already
They
have
can do
Guardians at
Doctor
Epcot.
Strange.
They could do Doctor. Okay, what if they theme it to Doctor Strange and they make it look completely different and they don't want to use that as the park icon anymore, like Disney California Adventure, how they changed the facade.
Honestly, I could see Tower Terror becoming a Sanctum Sanctorum.
Yeah, it's funny. I
know.
said that jokingly, like, we're Doctor Strange, and I was like, okay.
Wait a minute. Okay, be quiet. Don't talk about it anymore.
You did this. You brought this into existence. I hope
I
you're happy
know,
with yourself.
but I feel like they could use this to bring back the Sorcerer Hat Park icon because it's at the center of the park. Kind of, it's like.
I don't think we can rule anything out anymore. Disney, I don't know. They surprised me. So
that's how I feel too.
And we got
Rivers of America,
D23, Destination D.
Yeah, they don't really traditionally ever use that to make any big announcements. I don't feel like so.
Yeah, probably
I'm not really thinking there will be any, but maybe I'll be surprised. Who knows?
I think we'll just get more details on things we already know. I feel you.
Villains, hopefully.
Yeah, you can keep wishing. All right, so let's move over and talk about Disneyland a little bit. And the reason why I'm wearing this Fantastic Four sweater, if you're watching this, it is also, it's not a sweater, it's a zip-up hoodie.
Track jacket.
Yes,
Yeah, track
if you
jacket.
will. I feel like I'm wearing the ultimate millennial mall walker outfit right now. So.
Oh, bring back mall
Yeah.
walking. I'm ready.
But we've got so as Chloe said earlier today, she's got her AMCA list reservation, not sponsored, but will accept sponsorship.
Absolutely.
Fantastic Four First Steps comes out this coming Friday, and I'm hoping it's good. I literally saw right before I went to plug my computer in to get started that Variety just said gave it a really positive review, and the
Nice.
social media reactions, which are not very indicative of what the movie actually is, are saying good things. So I'm looking forward to it. Aesthetically, it's got that mid-century modern thing that we kind of love about Disneyland too. And of course, because Disneyland is Disneyland, they're getting meet and greets and food and sippers and all of these fun things that I want to talk about here. So beginning on July 25th, the day and date of the release of the movie, for a limited time, guests can see The Thing, Mr. Fantastic, The Invisible Woman, and the Human Torch from the Fantastic Four during special appearances outside of the Tomorrowland Theater in Disneyland Park. The original family of superheroes is accompanied by their loyal robot helper, Herbie, Herbie. I don't know what it stands for yet, who will have a specific area next to the Fantastic Four's spot in Tomorrowland. The Fantastic Four fans will also have the chance to see the legendary facade of Space Mountain at Disneyland, illuminated with unique projection effects during the evening as part of a tribute to the Fantastic Four starting July 25th until September 21st. So there is hope for me to be able to go out there and see this selfishly. I hope. But here's the thing. I'm not going to talk about it on this show. I don't want to, because I'm not going to be mean. We'll talk about it on the after show where I will be mean.
Okay.
This photo.
Not my Pedro Pascal.
This is bold that these are the media group there. I want to talk about positive things and not negative, though. Herbie, how cool is that?
Oh, that thing is so cool.
Also, my friend Heidi works on Jimmy Kimmel's show, and she was like, guess who I got to hang out with today? And it was Herbie.
Oh.
And I was like,
Lucky girl.
But Herbie also like wheels in during this thing. I thought he was going to be like on a standing thing or something like that. He might actually move when you get to meet him. I don't know. It seems weird. Somebody might push him over because everyone's a bully. But I do want to say The Thing, Ben Grimm, his outfit looks great. Do you know he can speak? It's a voice character.
Yeah, I saw
I
that
didn't know
today.
that.
Yeah.
It's wild. Kinda
and
scary.
that's really cool. So I feel like they did a really good job. It should really just be him and Herbie, let's be honest with ourselves. But so there's a bunch of other, obviously some fun stuff. There's select food and beverage items as well as the new novelties, which are also launch at the same time across Disneyland. And we can take a look at some of those because I thought they were fun. Look at this zipper. This is for those of you listening. This is the Grimm. I keep calling it the Grimm. It's not the Grimm. It is Ben Grimm or the Thing. It's his hand. Like they've been doing those arm gauntlet things, but this one has a flip up straw in it instead of the cup koozie like they've done on the last couple.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, and if you look close at the tip, there's a button, it looks like there. I don't know if that's how you open the top or not. But then his watch is on here, and I'm like, it makes noises, I'm pretty sure. Although I can't tell because the reel is really a little unhinged.
Oh, I loved it. That's what I was about to say. Do yourself a favor and go over to Disney Parks and check out the reel they made for this. It's so funny. They did like a 90s infomercial, and it made me want it.
But you can see too, there's because they were like, there's 2 sipping ways to get that, and this is like how you fill it and then how you drink out of it and stuff like that. So, but I do like that it actually has the straw in it, because the other ones that just held the cup, I didn't not like them, but it was weird. We got to talk about, there's also, Disneyland loves a straw clip.
Yeah, they do.
And they've got a Mr. Fantastic one here. I feel like this one where you can see his face, he's like, what? It's it's so weird. He's like wrapped around this straw. I don't know.
It's not their best work.
It's a choice. You know what else I love? I want to just talk about some of the food you're going to find around there. They were like pizza. Like, okay. Yeah. So that's the Fantastic Four clobber and sipper, and then that was the Mr. Fantastic straw clip, which you can find throughout the parks in different locations and food and beverages stuff. This is the first family 4-item combo, which comes with a cheese or pepperoni pizza slice served with a side garden salad, specialty dessert, and a specialty beverage. But like,
what's the dessert? It looks like a meatball.
I know, that's the thing I was
Yeah,
the
what
most
is it? It looks like
It's
interested.
like one of those crackling pastries.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like they do it in
yeah.
Guardians.
Because it looks like his skin. That one.
Yum.
Okay.
What's his name?
Yeah,
That's what I mean, like-
the Grim. I'm gonna keep calling him that. And then like,
You've got the
do you
Grim.
not see this? Doesn't that drink not look green, blue to you on the side?
Yeah, sure.
It doesn't say any. There's no details about it.
Like shimmer powder.
That seems sad.
You know what else? Black and white cookie. And I was like, what does this have to do with anything?
Yeah.
There must be
Okay.
something in the
It's a
film.
Yancey Street black and white cookie. I'm going to assume that in the movie, maybe there's something to do with that. But really, I feel like the spot with some cool stuff is Pim's.
Always.
Because I feel like they got something that's going to get Hannah maybe on an airplane right here. And it's this like...
If I need another reason. Oh, yeah. There we go.
It's this massive
Cheese
mozzarella stick. It is a fantastic elastic mozzarella stick served with sour cream and onion ranch.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
What?
Yeah.
It hates to see me coming.
And then there's
about
this
the ranch.
dessert that I was like, what in God's name is that?
What the heck is that?
Yeah, I know.
Kryptonite?
Well, okay, first
like
of all,
a little
kryptonite's
blue
green. You're making a
fire,
fool of
little
yourself.
Blue
That
logs
is
on a
called,
fire.
right? Someone murdered the Smurfs movie.
Right.
Too soon. It's called the Invisible Indulgence. It is a clear lemon pie with shortbread crust, whipped cream, and meringue pieces. I don't know on what planet that's clear. Well, maybe it's like a gelatin. I don't know.
It's very chemical.
Here's the thing, though. I'd try it because I love lemon. The end, and then obviously
Bring it
there's like the
on.
sippers and stuff like that everywhere and things. But I thought it was I'm always so incredibly jealous of the way that Disneyland celebrates their films and releases,
Yeah.
and especially when it comes to a Marvel film. As a Marvel fan, their Star Wars stuff, all the tie-ins. I feel like we don't always get all
They
that
do it
stuff
so
here.
well. I really wish they would have done throwback type food items. That would have been cool, kind
Yeah.
of for the theme of the movie. I would have enjoyed
Teresa,
that.
are you familiar with this movie at all? The previews, have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen the previous. several
Okay,
times.
because I was going to say it's. I feel like aesthetically, it's right up your alley
Yes.
because it's.
We were talking about it last night.
Yeah, like retro
Like, okay,
futurism.
I like this. I like the way it looks.
Yeah.
I like everything I've seen so far about it.
Yeah.
Except for maybe the food. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, if you're sucking
Where's
down
the
a.
aspic pea and meat salad.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, there you
gelatinous.
go.
Oh my God! I opened like a '60s cookbook the other recently, and so much stuff with the aspic stuff.
Gelatin.
Like
Yeah.
I can't believe people used to do that.
So colorful.
Do you miss it? Like as a child, were you like, "This is the food I
wasn't-
wanted"?
No, that sort of thing was a little. I was too young for that, but I do miss
Yeah.
some of the things, but not aspic in any way, shape. I remember my grandma making some sort of gelatinous meat thing. And
Ugh, God, I
cutting it in
can't.
slabs
Chipped
and
beef.
giving it to us.
Oh, yeah.
Chloe, I do want to apologize to you. I just, I'm being reminded in the chat, and as soon as I said it, I knew. Kryptonite does come in a myriad of colors. There is, in fact, a blue kryptonite. Red kryptonite makes him angry.
Yes. Okay.
I can't remember what blue does, but there's a gold one too. There's a whole thing. I should have known better.
I accept your apology.
So it does look like kryptonite.
As a not so great Superman or not so big Superman fan, I accept your apology.
You know what?
I feel like I've seen blue before, but
you saw the movie, so I'll allow it.
Yeah. Well, I remember the green in the movie, but yeah. Okay.
It's his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're saying to yourself, "Wow, what a slow news week," yep. Hannah's going to tell us about a discount that I thought was important because I feel like a lot of times we talk about like room discounts, all these other things, but I saw on the site there's a mobility device discount, and I am all for people getting scooters and stuff like that when they need them or whatever. So take it away.
And I'm all about a discount. So just for our Diz Unlimited fans, there is a special offer from Buena Vista Rentals. And there is a special URL for it. Just go to, it's buenavistascooters.com /offer
Backsplash.
Well, maybe we'll put in the show notes. WDW info. Wow, that was really hard for me. Anyways, you get 10% off standard prices plus a free accessory with any of these rentals. The great thing is that they will drop off and pick up from your Disney World Resort or Universal Resort. They have several options for scooters or wheelchair. They also have strollers. So it's mobility devices. It's also strollers, including its particular brand. So it's the City Mini. They have the double stroller option and also the Bob single or double stroller. So
tell us about the accessories.
Yeah, they actually. So this is one thing I didn't know about Buena Vista Rentals is that you can also add things like you can have a case of water delivered with your scooter or your stroller. They have a snack package you can add to it. So it kind of basically mitigates the need to then also do like a grocery delivery or something like that. You can add ponchos to your order. So kind of those like Disney essentials. So I mean, prices, like if you got the deluxe scooter, the rental cost is $115. So it's similar prices to renting through Disney. And then the great thing about it is, unlike renting a stroller or a scooter or wheelchair through Disney, you get to take it back to your resort at the end of the day. Whereas if you're renting from Disney, you are renting it in the park, you are leaving it at the park. So you're not able to take it back on the bus with you or get it back to the resort. So yeah, very convenient. Again, this company has Buena Vista Rentals. I feel like I see their van every time I'm at Disney. So very reliable. I've heard nothing but good things from our clients. Pick up and drop off at your resort. To me, I think if you think you're going to use a scooter, go ahead and go with this option.
Yeah.
Purely for the convenience of it. I just know my mom needs a knee replacement, and the one time she rented a scooter, she was like, that was life-changing. This is the only way to do it. So, yeah. And
I know some people get embarrassed about it and stuff like that, but sometimes it's like the heat stroke is nothing to joke about, stuff like that. And it's crazy that, like, you don't know. You know what I've been doing? Because I was thinking about this, actually, and I was thinking about you, Teresa, when I was doing this, because I was thinking about that time when we did, what was it? And we had to wheel you. Julie wheeled you out at the end there.
Oh, it was Food and Wine.
Yeah, it was Food and Wine.
That is all.
Yeah.
Ooh,
and
so
I was thinking, so I've been trying to, I want to get back into running, but I didn't want to just start running out of nowhere because I keep injuring myself this year somehow. So I was like, I'll go for walks. So I've been doing like 2 to 3 mile walks every day. I've been trying to do it, and I'll do it after the sun sets. But my God, when I first started doing it, I got to the 2 mile or the mile and a half, and I was like, oh, I feel a little sick. And I'm like, it happened so quick. And all I could think about is how I was like, just that walk in from the parking lot in then around World Showcase. I'm like, you were doing way more than you're one in an environment that a lot of people aren't used to, but also like you don't even realize you're kind of like, it's sort of that thing when you're out in a snowstorm and you don't realize how much you're sweating. It happens in the northern states a lot, is that because you're dressed, insulated so much that like you'll sometimes take the stuff off and your like shirt's soaking wet underneath, and you're like, so you forget to like drink water, all these things. But that's where I'm like, I feel like sometimes we have a little bit of like shame attached to it and stuff like that and judgment because, yeah, there have been people, that you sometimes are like, oh, they didn't need it or they, were drinking around the world and doing it or whatever. But there, I would just be like, err on the side of caution. If you think you're going to need it, I would just get it.
I'm on the fence. Okay, so I'm going to be over in Disney this weekend. I did not rent a scooter. I was going to, and then I don't know what changed my mind.
It's supposed to be really hot.
I know it is. It's not the shame. I'm past that. I don't care what people think about me at this point.
Yeah.
But it just seemed like I feel like it's somewhat of an inconvenience to myself having to get off and on, and I feel like I will slow people down.
Parking it, yeah.
Parking it. If I'm in a group, which I'm going to be in a group, I worry about slowing people down and have them having to wait for me. But as we all know, well, Rhino, you were with me in Epic when I went down, and that was a hot day. This week's going to be hot. I do worry about it, but it's not for shame or embarrassment. It's just for I don't know. I don't want to be. If you need a scooter, get it.
Yeah.
But I don't want to resign and say I'm now a scooter person forever. Because I still like to walk, and I want to be able to walk. So I'm kind of on that fence, and I'm not really sure where to go with it,
Yeah.
Well, only you know that comfort level and stuff.
Right,
so,
yeah, you're right.
But, good discount out there if people are, are thinking about doing it.
Yeah. And I get a lot of questions from clients like, who do you recommend or what is the process for renting a scooter? And like I said, I can, vouch from my clients saying that Buena Vista is reliable and they've always had a good experience. So at the very least, it's now you know who to rent from. And hey, renting a stroller is great. I will tell you, the one time I took my stroller out to Disneyland, I didn't have a cover on it. It broke. That happens a lot because they just throw your stroller into the airplane. So not having to worry about your stroller or pack a stroller is a huge perk. So I think I'm going to do this next time I go out to Disneyland. I'm going to rent a stroller from a company instead of bringing my own or renting the Disney strollers. Woof. I've done that one time. Those things are brutal, y'all. Don't do it. They're made of plastic. They get 100 degrees. Mm-hmm. It's like pushing a semi truck. It's horrible. Don't do it.
Well, okay, we're moving on because we talked about that for way too long. Sorry.
Too much pizza.
Yeah. We have too much pizza, too much strollers. I want to talk a little bit about the new parade that has just debuted, the nighttime parade, Disney Starlight, Dream the Night Away. Chloe and Hannah saw that in person. I've seen a video of it. And there are some thoughts about it online. I'll from the video perspective, and I'm reserving my judgment till I see it in person for sure, because I also was kind of trying not to listen too much or anything like that. I was actually surprised when I was editing the video. I was like, this is really short, because the video ended up being from when the first float gets right toward the camera, that's where I started it, to the end, it's 12 and a half minutes. Yeah. And I was like, wow, that's the shortest parade I think I've ever seen at Walt Disney World. That's a Disneyland length of, not even though, that's not fair, because Disneyland's Better Together Pixar parade is really long. Mm-hmm. But they're Halloween, that's a Disneyland Halloween parade length. Short. Mm-hmm. So, but who wants to go first? What are your thoughts?
You go first.
Okay.
Yeah.
First off, I would like to just echo what Rhino just said. If you've only seen this through video and photos, I think you should experience it in person, because everything at Disney World is obviously better in person. And I feel like this parade translates best in person too, because we as humans love looking at lights. And this parade is a spectacle that the Magic Kingdom nighttime experience has been missing for a very long time. I'm very glad to have a nighttime parade back. However, I do have some nitpicks about it that I feel like they could improve over time. But there is also a lot that I love about it. I feel like the nostalgic factor saves this parade, because they had so many callbacks to both Main Street Electrical and Spectrum Magic. I I think all of the parade floats, I didn't catch more than maybe 2 or 3, but I believe the whole parade kind of transitions between all white lights and then goes to full color, which was something in Spectra Magic. The Jiminy Cricket at the end, I think I've talked about it before, where I got choked up seeing him at the end, and I knew it was a thing because they released the information on their, we call it Imagineering series, that they spent time on making him the very last touch of the parade, just like in Spectra Magic, where he's a little animatronic that waved. And just seeing him wave at guests was just a really sweet Easter egg. And then the Blue Fairy opener was really gorgeous too, very sparkly and pretty. The Blue yes. Oh yes, yeah. Blue Fairy, I see. Literally. But I don't know. Should I go into my nitpicks now? I don't know. Should I go into everything or?
Well, you know, we're so just to let everybody know, at this point in the show, we are going to still answer. I know it ended up running a little bit longer. We're going to still answer a couple of questions, and I think we'll continue to pull those. I did it on Facebook of all places. I asked for travel, vacation planning questions. So we're going to do a couple of those this week. We'll do a couple of them next week. I want to keep sprinkling those in as part of the show. Yeah. So we will get to that. I just want to let people know that. But I do think it's important to get everybody's like thoughts and feelings on this parade. So yeah, wherever you're emotionally feeling like it's going to take you, just take me there.
Yeah, of course.
Take me with you.
Surface level, when you're looking at coming to Walt Disney World right now, it is exciting that this nighttime parade is back, like I said. However, after I've sat with it for a few days and looked back at the parade and looked at the quality of everything, I feel like there are some floats that were kind of rushed together. I also want to know how Wish became one of the few included movies. Like, it makes sense that, you know, they're calling back
do you have the list of the movies? Sorry.
Yes. The movies included?
Yeah.
So, obviously, Blue Fairy opens. She's from Pinocchio. Geppetto and Pinocchio are also on that float. Pinocchio. The second float is Wish. So, Asha with Valentino and the Star. Then there's Encanto with Mirabelle, Isabella, and Bruno. Frozen 2, where it's just Elsa. And then other characters can be seen on the icy screens behind her.
Yeah.
And then the princesses and princes include Aurora, Prince Philip, Tiana and Naveen, Belle and Beast, and Cinderella and Prince Charming. I actually love that float, how like as each of the couples like songs are playing, the float changes to their color. It's
and
really pretty.
If anyone does want to watch the parade as well, I don't have the visuals to go with this, but we do have a video of it up on our other YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/WDWinfo or at the Diz, youtube.com/@thediz, and there's one there, so you can check all this out that Chloe's talking about, or if you're listening and you want to, when you get to a computer, watch it.
Yes. Next is Coco. So there's Miguel with Pepita flying overhead and a static Dante. If you could tell how I feel about that one. Next is Moana. She's sailing on her canoe. You can see Pua as well. And then Grandma Tala appears as a manta ray spirit in front of the boat.
It's not called a canoe. It's got a name. It's like...
I looked it up because I questioned that too. It is called like a Polynesian canoe. It's like a...
No, but they call it something specific only because they made a big deal about it when they built that statue of her at the
Polynesian.
Yeah, I'll look that up. Keep going. Sorry.
That's okay. The Peter Pan float has first of all, Tinkerbell is leading the Peter Pan float. She is walking around. She is actually the only walk around character in the entire parade.
Oh, really?
The rest of the walk around performers are, there's some dancers with light up costumes. But then there's a lot of kind of how would you describe them, Hannah? Like, I guess supporting roles where they're holding poles with light up features, like diamonds around Elsa. There's some butterfly performers around Encanto. I
think the word I was thinking of was outrigger, but it does have a Hawaiian name that I cannot pronounce.
I'm gonna go with canoe then.
Yeah, that works. For me.
You're like,
that works for me too. Yeah.
Okay. But then Peter and Wendy are on this float. So there's also, this float is supposed to be like, I think it's called Dreams or Dream the Night. I'm so sorry, I cannot remember. But there's a parade in Tokyo where there's a huge crescent moon, just like the Starlight float, but it's a daytime parade. And Peter and Wendy are flying around on this like rigged moon, and they can like hold hands and do this whole choreo in the sky, essentially. And that was supposed to happen for this parade, but they I've heard like they couldn't get the permits or something in time. So eventually they are supposed to be flying on this float, and I feel like that will really plus up the entire thing. I was already emotional seeing. I really love Peter Pan, and seeing them with the clock tower and the pixie dust all around it. I feel like there was a lot of layers to this float that we hadn't seen on other ones previously. So I love that one. And then that one was quickly followed up by the train, Whimsy as a locomotive, and this is the finale train with Mickey, Goofy, Minnie, Donald, Daisy, Pluto. You have Aladdin and Jasmine on their flying carpet, and then Flynn and Rapunzel in their boat. And then there is actually one more tiny float. It's kind of like a mound of swirling lights, and it has the title Disney Starlight, and on the back side of that has Jiminy Cricket. So they say there's 9 floats, but with that there's 10 floats, but it's a very small title one. I guess just all in all, I really hope over time we see more performers, because our Tim Carlson actually just wrote an article earlier today on WW Info.
Tim Carlson.
That's Tim Carlson. He wrote about how there are actually 55 performers in this parade, and that is about easily half of what any other parade has seen at Walt Disney World. I think Spectro had like 110 or something around then. Festival of Fantasy in its heyday had around 95. So 55 is a massive cut to what we're used to seeing with live entertainment. And I don't know if this is just the new norm that they want us to get used to, or you'd think it would be like at its full capacity on debut night. But only having Tinkerbell be your walk around character, there was very little interaction for those frontline guests. Because that was such a thing with parades in the past, is like characters walking up to families and, having that little interaction.
Wait, Tinkerbell's walking?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's the funny thing too. She's the only one walking. She's a flying character.
Those wings have been clipped, baby.
Right?
Yeah. So I feel like there's a couple of floats that didn't live up to what I expected them to be like. And there's a couple of floats, specifically the Wish and the Encanto floats. They seem very small. Like they almost seem like they were once, a combined float with both Wish and Encanto characters together, and they kind of chopped them in half. I know that's probably not what happened, but they just seem kind of small. And for there only to be the 9.5 floats, I wish there was like some bigger ones designed, because the train float is fantastic. The music that plays with it, they play a little bit. It was
cute looking. That one was cute.
It's very cute. The way that Whimsy's face kind of like scrunches in when the steam is going up overhead, and all his little like winking at the crowd, and again, like it's very noticeable when it transitions from the white lights to the color, and then the Baroque hoedown plays from Main Street Electrical. And no matter how you feel about the parade, hearing that like modern version of that, it just like, it sounds cheesy, I know, but it sounded like pixie dust. Like it sounds like the whole like orchestral version of that was just pixie dusted, and it sounds so good. And they leave you on a high note. But then when I think back to the rest of the parade, maybe the intro a little bit, but everything in between, I'm like, there was no moment where I'm like, yes, this is Starlight. I know that this is going to be Starlight music, and I love this parade. It felt like it was really relying on the older parades, and it's like, well, why don't we just have Spectro Magic back? Like, why didn't you just like rebuild all of that? I don't know. I feel like there could have been more lights too. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but there's a couple of floats that seem kind of dark, and I feel like there could have been more twinkling going on. And I mean, is it?
How did you? Okay, let me ask you this in relation to what you just said.
Yes.
How did you feel about like? So I know in the Blue Fairy, it looks like her whole body, like she's up tall, but then the back half of her is like Pinocchio and Geppetto are kind of like dancing around like inside of her, under her dress or whatever.
Looking. Yeah,
but it's like through a glass or something, right?
Yes. Yeah. So I actually didn't see it right away on my viewing, because I went Friday soft opening. I heard that it was possibly happening, and I raced over to Magic Kingdom as soon as I could. It was weird because they play like this audio from Pinocchio, and it's like Geppetto and Pinocchio celebrating that he's a real boy, and so they embrace. And at first you're like, am I watching a screen going on? Because they're in this. So there's a big blue fairy, and she's tall. She's an incredible intro. It's great. But then behind her, it has like this like swirling lights, and then like they put on these spotlights, like they're bright white LEDs, and it's almost like a box truck.
Yeah, like
behind a scrim,
shoved into her bodice.
Yeah, it's like behind her.
Yeah, so, I use that word.
Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't look the greatest. I don't know why they're not just like walk around characters and they'll like embrace whenever that line comes around, and then they could interact with guests along the parade route instead.
And their outfits were not lit up, I don't think either. Were
not
they?
that well.
I didn't notice.
That's what I kind of noticed about like Elsa. I feel like her dress could have been.
Okay, I'm going to say this. The Elsa, the picture they put on social media with that thing, I sent you the picture, you guys the picture. Yeah. And I'm nothing against the performer. The dress looked cheap. And that's the thing, and it was weird. Also, we got to talk about the social media account at Disney World, because I don't know if they're letting an intern do it or something, but like someone's doing it on Canva and not doing it correctly, and they keep leaving this like black line and the things off a little bit, and I'm like, oh my, this shouldn't be for the public. This is something where I'm like, Mom, I made you a birthday card.
It's like I did.
I don't know. Yeah.
I moonlight.
It's like quality doesn't matter anymore. It's just content over quality, I guess. I don't know. But overall, did you like the parade?
I do like it. I feel like it's tough to compare it to something like Paint the Night, or what I loved dearly was Spectrum Magic. It does not touch either of those to me. And like I said, I feel like if it didn't have those nods back to MSEP and Spectro, I don't feel like it would be as successful with fans, to be honest.
Interesting.
I loved it.
Yeah, I was going to say, hand over to Hannah and the other side of the street.
I totally agree with everything you're saying. Like, I'm like, yeah, I see that. I get that. I was like, so I watched the video first, and I think that actually set me up for success, because it's like what you said, where it was like, it just doesn't translate to video the same. Like, I felt like even the music in person was like more impactful.
And the pauses in between the floats are more apparent too
yeah.
on video.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's true.
And actually, it's funny, some of the things like they're not being. So I will say, I went Sunday, the official premiere, and it was packed. So my viewing spot for it, I was like several people back. And this parade really works for that, because so many of the floats are really tall. And so I don't feel like you do have to be like right there to see it.
There's nobody walking. You're not going to miss that.
Well, exactly. It was kind of like, I don't know. So, I mean, to me, some of these things that were missing, I think, are almost like a technical thing of like, hey, we brought back a nighttime parade in Magic Kingdom. This is how it works. Because the other thing is, the parade is before and after the fireworks. So you have this huge crowd of people that ultimately, in between these two parades, is trying to get to the same spot. So I didn't mind it being a shorter parade. I didn't mind there not being characters walking around. Like, I felt like it kind of worked. I don't know. For me, I was just really surprised. Like, this parade made me like really emotional, and it was the last time. I mean, not really emotional, but it was. I feel like it was. I haven't felt this way about something at Disney World in a hot minute. And I think back to Disney World's 50th celebration and being so disappointed with like just the lack of like, I felt like there wasn't much like heart in the celebration, and there wasn't very much nostalgia. And I'm like, where was this parade for Disney World 50th? I feel like this would have been perfect for it. And I do love that. To me, I'm like so surprised. Like, I adore Paint the Night. It's a totally different thing. It's completely different. And it's funny to me that Magic Kingdom, Disney World, we got kind of the nostalgic parade. Like, it, not only is it like sound bites from Main Street Electrical and Spectrum Magic, but the feel of the floats. Like, they feel like they are supposed to be reminiscent of Spectro and Main Street Electrical Parade. I don't know. So for me, I love that. That was really cool. Also, like, it was kind of dumb. Like, if you really looked at the performers, like, carrying the butterflies and the ice crystals, it's kind of like, oh, literally, they're just, like, walking with a light-up stick. But, like, if you're just, like, looking at it, like, it's beautiful. My kid adored it. Like, it was really cool to, like, watch a parade with him, not at Disneyland, and him just be like, he was just like, Mom, look, wow, oh my goodness. Like, everything got his attention. And then I always love listening to the crowd around me, because, like, I'm jaded, ain't no lie. So, like, my perspective is a little bit different. And people were losing their minds over this parade. And, like, waiting for the monorail. I was listening to his family, and they're like, my jaw dropped so many times watching that parade. And I'm like, wow, okay. I mean, like I said, it was opening night, so I'm sure that also like ramped up people's like emotions and feelings about it. But like people around me were having a great time. So, I mean, I'm just like, I'm happy. I'm like thrilled to death that we have a nighttime parade at Magic Kingdom, which means later park hours. I love that we have something nostalgic at Disney World. Like, when do we get that? The soundtrack is growing on me, and like, I do think it could use some plussing up, but otherwise, like, I can't wait to go back to Magic Kingdom and see it again. Like, I never feel that way as a local, like, where I'm like, man, I want to go back to Magic Kingdom. Like, I want to be at Magic Kingdom at nighttime. Like, I'm usually like, nighttime hits Magic Kingdom, I'm like, well, gotta go because I gotta beat the crowd back. And now I'm like, I'd deal with the crowd. I'd do it. So, anyways, I loved it.
Chloe?
I just had I wanted
a
to
rebuttal.
Follow up. No, not a rebuttal. I just wanted
to
follow up too, because like what you said, we're both. I know we're both jaded when it comes to going to the parks as much as we do and experiencing things, and also as longtime fans, which I'm sure many of our watchers can relate with, is that we're so used to, you know, maybe one of the predecessors that we loved a lot, like Main Street Electrical and Spectrum Magic. But I also think it's okay to be not okay with an addition when we're continually paying more money to come to these parks and something is not the same for what we used to have. And I know parks change and like the dynamic changes and the crowds changes and everything. And there is some beautiful moments in this new parade too. But just for comparison, I just looked it up. Spectrum Magic, this is including any unit, not just the big floats. There were 24 units in Spectrum Magic. And Starlight has 9.
Yeah. 24 units, not like floats, but like sections, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the balls with the with the characters on them.
This is a family show.
The Spectrum Magic. I can't call them anything else. They're just big balls.
I know what you're talking about.
And I don't know. And I want to listen to Starlight again. The music's supposed to be streaming pretty soon, I know too. But it's just hard when you know something for so long and you feel like Disney is at a certain level when it comes to entertainment, but then they kind of cut back and they let these newcomers and newer fans get used to this is the new baseline, like No Castle Dream Lights. And then yes, we have a nighttime parade, that's great, but it's 50% of what it used to be. I just want to acknowledge that, and I think it's okay to acknowledge that is what I'm trying to get at.
I think listening to you guys, or Chloe specifically, kind of what you're saying, it's kind of reminding me of what it was like when Galaxy's Edge had opened. Specifically, Our Rise of the Resistance opened in December of 2019.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway opened in March of 2020. And the thing about Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is it's like Rise of the Resistance is something else. Mm-hmm. It's like next level, new type of all this stuff, different type of storytelling. And then Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway comes along, and it was a very and over the years, it seems crazy that I ever thought this. I remember being like, it's fine. And like, I like it very much, but it's not in that same level of pushing the boundaries forward, I feel like, in some ways. So it's hard because it, by comparison, was a new thing, but wasn't newer than the last thing, if that makes sense. Like newer, like in terms of like the technology and the amount that went into it. Because again, ours was put inside of a retrofitted attraction, you know, whereas like Galaxy's Edge was all brand new. It was all this really, you know, in the line, this is like this queue and everything. And, you know, Mickey's was a little more easy, it felt like, which in retrospect, I don't know that is actually true, but it's just,
but it's simple, and it's I think it has its place, and I think like it's a newer attraction, right? But it doesn't always have to be groundbreaking to me, and something that's never been done before to make it good for me. Anyway,
that's true.
But and that's the thing is where I feel like Chloe, the thing I'm thinking about, at least me personally with Spectrum Magic. I'm sorry, there's a buzzing right now. I think Hannah's microphone is dying, so I'm going to mute your microphone. What can come after Paint the Night? You know what I mean? And for people who maybe haven't seen it yet, I don't know that this to me, is not the next evolution of that.
Mm-hmm.
This, to me, is what you said. Or what you've both been saying is it's nostalgic. It's like an amalgamation of these other things,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to being like the next thing. So it's not meant to be the next thing. And I think sometimes, like for me, there's a lot of like, I'm like, okay, like I want the next thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't mean that in any way, but I think just mentally when they start to hype stuff up, I'm always like, oh, here it comes. Here's the next thing. And it's more like, oh, this is more like something similar to what we've had before. It's not breaking the boundaries, but it's comfortable and it's nice.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's nice to have a nighttime parade back at the Magic Kingdom. Are you going to see it while you're doing your weekend
I hope
plans?
so. That's my plan.
Yeah. That'll be nice.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I think that is going to do it for this episode. Unfortunately, we are not going to have enough time to answer the vacation planning questions I asked for on the Facebook page, but we're going to do a separate video about that, or we'll just save them for next week, one of the two. We'll figure that out after this. We talked too long about pizza and and other things again today. Sorry, Mom.
Pizzas and parades.
Pizzas and parades. Yeah, that's our band name. So thank you, everybody, though. Thank you, everybody who tuned in live. Please hit that thumbs up button before you go anywhere. If you're one of our Patreon supporters, hang tight. We're going to be doing our post show. We're taking a little lunch break, and then we'll do that one day. It won't be one of those long ones. It's going to happen probably before 3 o'clock or by 3 o'clock. So stay tuned for that if you want to learn more about that. Again, patreon.com/DizUnlimited. And, of course, don't forget about Dreams Unlimited Travel when planning your next Disney vacation. Thank you, everybody, for having this conversation. Thank you, everybody who listened or watched. If you did listen to this, please rate and review the podcast wherever you do that. And again, conversations for future discussion topics, all that fun stuff. Thank you, everybody, for submitting those questions. Again, we will get to those. We just ran a little bit longer than I thought. Well, there wasn't news originally. We got to learn about Animation Courtyard today, so it was fun. It was a good show, good discussion. Glad everybody could be here for it. That is going to do it for this episode. We'll see you next time with another Diz Unlimited. Bye, everybody.